former NHLer Alan McCauley will get his thoughts on the game. Meantime, hey, look, they are struggling here locally, trying to shake that 5-game losing streak, and they will take any way possible. The coaching staff pulling aside the rookie and having a long conversation, I was told, to where, hey, look, where can you be better? Where can this team be better? And where can you help this team end this slide? And they obviously believe in the rookie. They see a lot of confidence in him. And now they're going to give that opportunity to see if he can step up and try to help lead this team to victory. All right, time for a quick break. We're coming back. Gearing up for a big game, agonizingly long.
Sometimes it's like the clock never moves. Remember when you were a kid and you were looking at the clock in school and you're like, please move along, and nothing happens. It's like that a lot for a player too. And when you're a young player, you don't have a lot of experience. The nerves really build as the day goes on.
Let's send it between the benches where Ray Ferraro is standing by with tonight's Razor's Edge.
I hope we got this one right, James, but these are the two that I want to look at tonight in my Razor's Edge. Two very good players that are very important to their team.
Lara's got the puck. The Kings looking against the half wall. Nice pass. He scores! They tie it up! They stayed with it the entire time, Ray!
I'm tired of listening to coaches talk about always follow the process, but the process is you don't get frustrated, you keep chipping away, and you hope to get to this point. Well, that just zips on by him here. He didn't get much of a look through the traffic. Tried to make a big glove stop, doesn't get there.
And he'll take a moment to regroup back at center. Lara's got it in the offensive zone. Scores! We're all tied up!
Oh, it's getting to a stage in the game where you think they're not going to be able to find the equalizer, but they stay at it, and they get it done. This is a perfectly timed shot. As soon as the goalie drops into the butterfly, this puck is delivered right over his catching glove into the top of the net.
The Kings have drawn even. Tosses it to Lara. Quick feed to Doughty. Takes the pass. Moves inside. Scores!
That's just a minute between goals.
Wow, insane how quick that was. Bang, bang.
Yeah, the defending team just couldn't put a stake in the ground. They couldn't stop them. This is when you want to crawl inside the ice and hide. You're in the right spot, you think. The puck hits you in the skate and ends up in the...
The show continues, and what can you say? Hey, what is the good remedy for a losing streak? What cures all? A rookie! How about that performance by the kid out there? You talk about leading by example. I mean, this team was in a funk, and who's the guy who's leading the charge? The youngster. Who would have called that before the game? Not this guy. It was a lot of fun to call that game, and to see him respond, very impressive indeed. Let's see where it goes from here. All right, let's get to the phones. Who's on line 3? I don't know about you. I'm having a hard time kind of finding flaws in what we saw last night.
I think all the armchair quarterbacks would be very satisfied and would play the game just the way it went out last night. I mean, another win for them in a season that has been very good, very consistent. They seem to have found the tonic to play well game to game to game, and here they are again. They're one of their offensive leaders is the rookie. I mean, James, it's all the time with him. He's just been so good, and he throws a multi-point game up on the board, and they get another win.
He continues to check the boxes. Much more with great. Kings have it now. Through center. Here's a short pass to Lara. Sends it over. He scores!
You've got the lead now. Everybody's up on the bench. They've got the energy. You want to push forward. That is a bang-bang play right there, James. That pass is on the tape, and he doesn't stop, and he one-times it into the net.
On location. Ray will be there too. To the phones we go. Brendan in Burlington. How are you, Brendo?
Hey, it's a good time to continue to roll for us, and I'm here for it. Rookie's got another assist that last game. Like, he's been contributing in all different types of ways, and he's been doing it all season. And quite frankly, I think he's going to continue to keep doing it this season.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, he's shown no signs of slowing down. I do wonder as you get later in the season, does he feel that fatigue? Because he hasn't played that long before for this much into a season. So we'll wait and see. But I'm with you. I like what I'm seeing. All right, let's go to Jack. Thought it was an off night for the kid, to be quite frank with you. You know, he just had a down night. I think he struggled in his own end. I think the numbers are reflective of that. But, you know, hey, look, I'm not going to sit there and get into a whole negative Nelly sort of conversation all night long about this, because you're still talking about one of the best freshmen in the league this year. I think he's still a Calder candidate at this point for top rookie, and you're still talking about one of the best teams in the league. Hey, last time I checked, nobody went 82-0 in the National Hockey League, okay? So let's just leave it at that. It's a down night for the team, it's a down night for the kid, and we move on. Guess what? Still half a season to play, all right? So let's do this. All right, back to the phones we go. Let's go to Jordan. He's on line 3.
Freeze it to give your teammates a breather.
Ray, they're trying to cling to this lead here. Do you continue to push the pace, or do you try to settle down a little?
Well, I think you have to attack to defend. I mean, if you're going to sit back, they're going to ram it down your throat eventually. But he wants his young guy on the ice. He loves the pace that this kid plays with, and he's going back on the ice.
Ray, obviously so much goes down in the game back and forth over the course of the night. Anything else that we haven't touched on tonight that kind of stood out for you?
Well, maybe the night of that the rookie had, which wasn't very good. You know, early on he struggled. The coach came down and gave him a direct message. I mean, he leaned right over into his ear. We had it in the game earlier, and he just couldn't get sparks tonight. It just wasn't there for him, and I would say that was a really disappointing night so far for the kid.
Friend could be there. All right, back to the phones we go. We check in with Rebecca, or how about Becky? You okay with that?
Yeah, I love it. Thanks, T-Ball. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. What's up?
I think this is just one of those games where I'm starting to realize all the potential that the Rook has. I mean, I was just so impressed with what he can do when he's skating with the puck. I thought he was just a good skater, but especially when he's with the puck, he's got his head up. He's always looking for his teammates, setting up great plays. Hustling. He's just one of these young kids that are kind of changing the game with the speed and the skill, and it's just a good sign of things to come.
You know what? The young ones are taking over, right? I mean, we've been hearing this for a while, but the game's never been better when you look at the skill, and here is another young impact player who steps right in. Look at the point production out there. I mean, and this is not the first time we've seen this. He's been doing it all season long and shows no signs of slowing down. All right, speaking of slowing down, we got to take a quick breather, but don't worry. Barring extra time, the final frame of this one. Here we go. Third period is underway. Centered out in front, scores, and they get it back.
Now back a level square, you want them to be as aggressive as possible. You've got the other team reeling a little bit. The good thing he one-times his puck. The goalie almost gets there, but the pass is on his tape in the low slot, and he beats him clean.
This game's still wide open here. Ray, any sense of strategy down the stretch?
Well, the strategy is going to be go with your best players, and that includes the rookie. It looks like the coach has a lot of faith in him, and even in a tie game, he's going to get him on the ice.
All right, back to the phones we go. Oh, we head to Mighty High River where we find the Beast. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, James. I'm looking at our team saying we are going on a long postseason run. Our team is looking good. Again, our young laddie has another assist. Just keep doing what he's had to do. This team is ready for a playoff run.
You know, I think that might have just been the first hint to know how old the Beast is when he used the term lad. Appreciate the call. All right, let's go to line.
Time of the year, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, a lot of nervous players around the league. Lots of fun chatter for us. I want to change gears though and talk about the Calder race. How do you see this here for the stretch run?
Well, starting to get into a real narrow field, I think. The separation in the middle portion of the year has happened, and you know, the youngster that plays here is right near the top of the charts. He's had an excellent year, and I think when you get down to those three final Calder nominees, he's going to be one of them.
Oh, 100%. I mean, how do you not include him in that particular list? Now, let's go back to some of these deals that we're talking about. And history could be made tonight, and it could be made by a rookie, as the freshman could be chasing the single-season assist record for rookies here on this team. And I'll tell you what, like, the fact that he's already in this conversation to be able to pull this off so quickly, it is pretty remarkable, but it speaks volumes as to how good a playmaker he has already established himself here in the National Hockey League. All right, still to come, you look around elsewhere around the NHL. Was there any volatility in this? Picked up by Stamkos. We got a penalty coming up here. Here's a chance. And the puck stopper tags his man to get the extra attacker on the ice. And the play is whistled dead. Let's see what the call is made. The Kings are off to the box. Interference the call.
If he makes the same play but keeps his feet rolling along, he's not going to get called for interference.
Wasn't the case on this one, though. The Kings move to the offensive zone. Moves into the slot. Scores! On Shea Kopitar.
Bang play, the goalie's got no chance. When you're in that close and you get the chance to one-time it, you're likely going to score unless you hit the goalie.
much more on this. We are joined by my partner in crime in the broadcast booth, although we're in completely different locations in every arena. Ray Ferraro, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty solid today.
When you look at what we saw last night, does that just speak to the competitiveness of the league right now?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, this is a tough place, and there's not many easy nights, and maybe a few years ago when the teams weren't so tightly packed, you could beat up on a team that wasn't very good. Well, it doesn't seem to be any of those, and so last night was a hard game for them, and they didn't have the answer, and the rookie who's made, or, you know, has had many nights where he's made a great impact this year, had a pretty quiet night. He had the one assist, but didn't see a whole lot from him in this loss.
The magic of parity around the league. It is for real.